So, do you ask for help? It's a really big question that I found I get a lot of different answers to. And a lot of people say no, they won't ask for help. They feel almost like they're giving in or letting themselves down just because they're asking someone for some help. I don't agree with that, I'll be honest. This is only my opinion, but to me, asking for help is such a strength. It gives you that ability to actually make sure you're doing the right thing. And if you're unsure of something, asking for help is the best way to actually make sure you're doing the right thing or heading in the right direction. What is the point in going 250 miles in one direction when you should have been going in the other direction? And if you'd have asked and asked for help, you would have known that. It's the same in when we're, in being a mum. Being a mum is all about juggling. We're having to juggle doing stuff in the house, doing stuff for work, doing stuff for the kids, and then you've got all the fun of play dates and everything else that goes with being a mum. If you don't ask for help, sometimes it can become very overwhelming, even if it's just as simple as, could you come around and watch the kids for 5 minutes so that I can have a hot cup of coffee? Or any chance, William can come and play with whoever for half an hour just because I've got to get a call done or I've got to get something done. If you don't ask, you never know. It doesn't matter whether you're asking for help. It doesn't matter whether you're asking for clarification, however you want to word it. You just need to make sure that you are utilizing everything and every chance that you've got out there. So by asking, you are going to make sure that you're doing things in the right way. You're going to make sure that you're actually getting the help that you need. If you break your leg, for example, are you going to carry on and try and fix it by yourself, or are you going to ask the hospital for help? Now, most of us are going to ask the hospital for help. So we need to use that in our everyday lives. Now, when you're running a business from home as well, it can become even more overwhelming. If you go out to an office or wherever to work, if you go somewhere to work, you get there, it's all ready for you. Generally there's cleaners that come in, everything is sorted and ready for you just to step in, do your work, and then come home again. And then you can get on with everything else. And there are challenges in that. You do still have to juggle timings, and you do still have to juggle with making sure you get to work on time and finish on time and all of this, and sort the kids out around it. And I completely get that. When you're working from home, there are additional challenges. I came out to the office this morning to find it plastered in mud. So William had a friend round yesterday. They've been making concrete with mud, soil, water and grass, and it was all over the front of my office, all over the path. But it was the office bit that got me. It's all up the window. It's fine. It's just an extra challenge for the day, which I overcame really easily. It was a case of a hose pipe, a scrubbing brush, and lots of soap, and the office looks well better. But it's still something that you have to overcome. It's still an obstacle. You can't just come and sit and get on. You have obstacles to overcome every time. When before I had the office, I used to work at my dining room table quite a lot, just because there's no other space in the house for me to have the desk, which was fine, brilliant. But I would get to work at the dining room table and it's still covered in the remnants of breakfast, or there's piles of stuff all over it, or there's washing all over it. So you end up getting caught up in everything else that's going on at the same time. And it's not the same as going out to work and then coming back. So what I learned from that is to ask for help. So I asked my husband, please, can you make sure before you come to bed that you don't leave any crap on the kitchen table? Could you leave that clear? This morning, I was pre-warned about the mud at my office by Andy before he came on to work. So that was fine. I knew when I got home, my first job had to be that. So I could work around that. But had I not asked, for the help, can you do this? Can you do that? you know, it's first day back at school today. So I said to Andy, can you make sure that the school bag is retrieved from the top of the cupboard where I can't reach it? And, you know, all the bits that William needs in their ear defenders map, you know, but home communication book, all of this stuff. There is so much stuff they have to take, and he's only in year 2. But make sure all of that's ready for me. Had I not asked for that help, then it wouldn't have been done. It didn't get done till this morning, but it was still, I'd asked and it still got done before we needed to go to school. So it also applies to if you're trying to get work done and you've got the kids home sick, or, well, it just applies to anything. I could come up with 1,000,001 examples. Asking for help, be it, you know, can you help, can you show me how to do something? You know, I'm stuck on doing this, I don't know how to do it. How do I use this bit of Facebook? Or, you know, anything like that. Having a community there to support you is amazing. It could be, could you, you know, just asking for help from relatives, you know, do you mind watching the kids for a while so that I can just get XYZ done? Or saying, you know, to a friend, do you mind coming and helping me do this, and then I'll have your kids another day, and doing a bit of a swap. But it's all asking for help. It's all asking those questions that enable you to juggle everything that you've got to juggle. So by asking for help in whatever guise you want to put it, or whatever need you have to ask for help, will help your day go smoother, and will help your weeks go smoother. It's smoother for you, it's smoother for the children, it's smoother for the family. And it just makes everything easier by making sure that you're not trying to do everything yourself. Now, I am a great one for trying to do everything myself. I do know that, but I have learned my lesson. It doesn't work. It ends up that you just run yourself into the ground, which is not healthy for anybody. So ask for help, ask for support, and do things like join Facebook groups, or set up WhatsApp chat groups with friends who are in similar situations to you, so you can bounce ideas off of one another, so that you can ask for help, you can ask for ideas, you can ask for support. I go to a group a couple of times a month for parents of children with ADHD, which William has. I went on Monday and I did not realise how much I missed it over the summer, and I'd only gone a couple of times before that. It's a new group that I found. And it really is amazing, just actually sitting and talking to people and asking for advice and telling people your experiences, because that in turn helps them. It's a real lovely circle that you actually get to go and chat with people and have that personal interaction that can be lost with everything being online nowadays. But also you get to have that ask for help and give help, because generally, you know, someone has always been through something very similar to what you're going through, and they will have ideas of how they can help you. What tips did they do? What did they do when XYZ happened? So ask for help. And that way you will fly, and everything will be lovely and organized and flowing, and you won't be sitting there thinking, how on earth do I do this, or how on earth do I cope? Because you'll have that support there that you need. Now, comment below for a link to register for my webinar tomorrow evening at 8 p.m. UK time, and I will pop the link in the comments for those of you who would like it, and I can't wait to see you there. Bye, everyone.